Paul, what tips do you have about networking in the US?
Well, first of all, going back to scale and Americans being impatient, when you're at a networking event, you're in competition with other people for mind share, with the people you want to meet with. You have very short window of time to get anybody's attention. Keep those two things in mind. So when you talk to somebody, limit yourself to 30 seconds or less. Your goal in talking to anybody isn't to make a business deal right there. Your goal in talking to anybody is to convince them to agree to want to talk with you again. That could be a discussion about business, where you went to school, sports, or any other topic. Say something that will distinguish you to them when they think back to who they met at the networking event. So when you follow up with them, you could say, I'm the person that went to the same college as you, or we talked about rugby. Then you get into the business stuff. The second thing, don't waste any time talking to people you already know. If you, other than a wave, if you already know them, you will be wasting time by talking to them at a networking event where you're there to meet new people. The third, another.
I'll add one caveat to that, that if you see a friend talking to some people that you don't know in like a group circle, I think it's okay to join that conversation because, oh, Paul's there, but I don't know these other three people. So let me, introduce myself and meet their new friends too.
That's different because you're keeping in mind the goal of meeting new people.
Yeah.
Get out of your comfort zone. Meet people that have completely different interests than you. Try to learn something new. And another point is, at any networking event, you could probably sense very quickly, whether it's because they're on stage or because of who's talking to them, who the know-it-alls are, who the thought leaders are, who are other people gravitating to. Those are the people you want to meet. Because if other people are gravitating to them or they're a primary speaker, they probably know many people and they could help you with other contacts. They could become a mentor or something like that.
Yeah.
One technique I use to meet people like that, often you'll see people in line waiting to meet, let's say, a keynote speaker. But somebody in that line monopolizes the speaker's time and everybody else in line is getting frustrated. What I will do is I will walk around to the side. As soon as there's a very short break in time of people speaking, I will simply hand that person a card and say, I will be in touch with you, and kind of wink at them. And most of the time, those people really appreciate it because it gives them a respite from the person monopolizing their time. And when you follow up with them, guess what they remember? They remember that you helped them. You saved them.
That's the key there, Paul, because so much of
Yeah.
networking and meeting people is figuring out, how can I help you? How can I add value and support you, your work, your company, what you're doing? You want to make networking about them and how can you help, not what can I take and, how can all these people help me? If you are, whether it's with a keynote speaker or, somebody else in line for food or drink that you chat with, trying to identify ways you can help.
Exactly. Now, something else I would add. Whenever I'm going to a networking event, whether it's big with thousands of people or a small event with 20 people, walking into the event, I could be walking into a building or into an elevator. It's reasonable to think that the one or more of those people is going to the same event. Start talking to those people. Develop a friend you don't already know. You develop an ally. You could share things with them the day after the event. What did you learn? What did I learn? Let me share some stuff with you. They might know something new. if you're unaccustomed to networking, that could help calm you down because you know somebody else is just as anxious as you are.
Yeah, love it.